name is Emma Santiago. I am a high school sophomore, and this is my first year in Corral. I recently underwent my second knee surgery in the past 5 years. Before that, simple things like walking and running were quite painful and sometimes seemed impossible. I often became very discouraged and questioned, why me? Why do I have to go through this? Those are questions many of us ask when we are experiencing things that are out of our control and seem bigger than us. I love to dance, move, and make connections with people. Being bedridden and having to stay still was not at all easy for me, and sometimes threatened to take my joy. But I learned that sometimes when we are forced to stop, something amazing can happen. We start to really talk and listen to God, and trust in Him. Psalms 97:5 tells us that our mountains melt like wax before the Lord. At our weakest, we can gain a strength and hope that can only come from the one who moves mountains. In His awesome presence, depression is lifted, relationships are restored, the body is healed, and what seems impossible is now possible. Have faith, put your trust in God, and He will see you through whatever your burdens are. Thanks to Him, I'm able to stand on my 2 own feet today with a smile on my face and build His love in my heart to give you this message. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Josiah. I'm a junior in high school, and this is like my 50th year in Corral. No, this is my 3rd year in Corral, and for those 3 years, I've experienced a lot of change and unpredictable circumstances. Who hasn't? For those of you that don't know, we are ending the end of the school year, and we're losing some members of our team, and so it's a lot of change. And I find it fitting today to talk about fear, because if we look for it, there are a lot of things that we can be afraid of. Maybe you're scared of your grades, or your finances, or your reputation, or maybe you're so scared of COVID-19 that this is the first time you've left your house since March of 2020. But maybe if you're like me, you've lost sleep at night, wondering to yourself, what does the Apostle Paul say about this? So, I will tell you. In 2 Timothy 1:6-7, it says, I remind you to fan into flame the gift of God, which is in you through the laying of my hands. For God gave us not a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of self-control. I mean, talk about a problem solved. Verses like these are so encouraging, but it's vitally important that we don't miss the first part. Fan into flame the gift of God, which is then said to be a spirit of power and love and self-control. We have been given relief from crippling fear, and it comes with an action that's designed for us to carry out. We've been given a spirit of power, not of ourselves, but a power of God, so that we can resist through temptation. We've been given a spirit of love, not our love, because our love can give up, our love can take personal days, can take long weekends, but we've been given the spirit of God's love, which historically has never been weakened and has never given up. We've been given the power of self-control, that we can, through obedience to Him, obey His commandments, and fan all of this into flame. But our God is great, and just as importantly, our God is good. And so how can we avoid fear? Well, Proverbs 18:10 says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous man runs to it and is safe. So let me leave you with this. Run to the Lord, our strong tower, with all of your fears and all of your anxiety, and fan into flame the spirit of love and power and of self-control.
Hi, my name is Gianna, and I am a sophomore in high school this year. This is my first year in Corral. A verse that has always spoken to my heart is Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. This has taken on even greater meaning to me with everything that's been going on in my life lately. I know that certain things have been tougher in life this past year because of the pandemic, but if we're honest, life wasn't all that easy before the COVID. This is only my second year of homeschooling, which came with its own set of fears and doubts. I had to make new friends, adjust to a different method of schooling, and determine new ways to be active and involved. I had to exchange an interest in soccer and basketball for an interest in singing and performance that I didn't even know I had. I can still remember the end of my 8th grade year and wondering if all this was really going to happen. Adam and I'm a typical teenage girl and certainly did not need a pandemic to show me how crazy life can be. But that's why I love that verse. It reminds me to trust in the Lord with all my heart, not just the things I find easy gifting in. It tells me my own understanding will never be enough, and I'm seeing how true that is more and more each day. But thankfully, it ends with the promise that if I acknowledge him, he will direct my paths. Even when I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going, I know he does. I know he won't lead me the wrong way, and he won't let me down. Of course, that's easier said than done, but it's something I challenge myself to do each day. To be honest, even standing up here with Chorale is one way I need to give things over to him. I get nervous surrounded by all these amazing singers, but then I remember all the doors he opened to get me here, and if this is part of his plan for my life, then I want to take full advantage of it. I've gone from someone who had to be convinced to audition for Chorale to someone who can't imagine my life without it. From meeting a bunch of strangers to experiencing some of the closest friendships I've ever had. I'm still adamant that I will never sing a solo, but something tells me that may change down the road as well, especially with the great instructors God has blessed me with. I'm sure many of you can relate to what I'm saying, and I just wanted to encourage you with these words the way God encouraged me. No matter what this next year holds for you, trust that He is leading you every step. I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting us, and I pray you're blessed through the message of our songs, the same way we are all blessed singing them for you. Thank you.